Good afternoon to all of you. So today we will discuss with a new topic which is agriculture. So as you know, agriculture is a very common topic and discussed in many curriculum in CBSE as well as ICSE and other state boards. So choosing this topic for all the convenience of the students and the teachers, I am going to describe you about this agriculture and in little brief. So as you know, agriculture is the primary economic activity and also can be called as the main economic activity in country like India, and also can be considered in the countries of South Asia and Southeast Asia. So in India, as you find, 2/3 of the India's population is engaged in this occupation, and this occupation, this agriculture, contributes a large percentage to the national economy. It contributes a lot of income and holding the GDP of our country. It provides employment and gives output. So agriculture, as you say, it means what? Agriculture means growing of crops or raising of crops, depending upon the characteristics of the physical environment as well as the socio-cultural environment. And you can also add like technical know-how, so technology should also be there in recent days, and socio-cultural practices. Next thing, what I am telling you, the types of farming. So I have already told you that agriculture is prevalent in all parts of the world, starting from Asia, Europe and other parts of the world where different forms of agriculture are practiced. So let's discuss, depending upon the types of farming, how can we classify it. First one, what I am saying, that agriculture, if you say, another name is farming. It is also known as the cultivation. So types of farming we are discussing now. So first variety is known as the primitive subsistence. Primitive means very old. I can tell you that during the ancient times, when there were no machines or advanced tools, then traditional implements or traditional tools are being used, like a hoe, stick and axes and other kind of equipments that are being used to cultivate the land. And it is called primitive. Why? It is one of the oldest methods of agriculture. And subsistence means the farming which is mostly practiced to support our livelihood, to support our family, to feed ourselves. So that's why it is known as the primitive subsistence. Second one, which is known as the intensive subsistence. Intensive means when the land is being intensively cultivated. Intensively, a lot of manual labor workers are involved in growing the crops, and as well as you will find people are mostly doing the work. Lot of people are engaged in farming activities, engaged in the fields to grow the crops. During the growing season they show the crops, and throughout the growing season the crop grows, it reaches to the ultimatum, and then the crops are harvested. So this normally involves about a lot of human labor, along with capital requirement is also there with machines, but machines are not so much involved that will replace the human labor. So this type of subsistence farming is also practiced in areas of very high populated areas, means very densely populated areas of India. So crops, mostly we can say like cereals including rice and other crops that are mostly grown in this type of farming. So next important crop, which is known as the commercial farming. Commercial means for the purpose of profit, for the purpose of sale. Commercial means like that it should earn income. So this is a type of farming which is extensively being cultivated. Extensive cultivation is always there in commercial farming, and it is profit motivated and profit oriented. What are the specialized features in this: higher doses of modern inputs are involved, HYVs, then chemical fertilizers, insecticides, and other most important tools. Farm mechanization is an important part of this type of farming. Crops, you can give examples like wheat, barley, maize. So these are the most important type of commercial farming crops that are growing. So among this you will find commercial farming is profit oriented as well as eco-friendly. It does not involve lot of human labor, and the land is continuously being under maintenance. Biochemical inputs that are involved, insecticides that are applied to the fields to increase the production. So if you get a comparison among the different type of crops, crop farming methods, then primitive subsistence is the oldest method, and this subsistence is called the slash and burn, because the forests are cleared, burned to grow crops. It is not so much eco-friendly, not environment friendly. The soil loses its fertility after cultivating once or twice. Next thing, that is, it depends on monsoon. The productivity is low, and it is practiced only in the fewer pockets of the India and some parts of the world also. So intensive subsistence, it is practiced in high or densely populated areas, high density areas. So here also you will find the man-land ratio is very, you can say, that is very high, because the number of people who are working in the agricultural areas, they are larger in number. It is a labor intensive farming, higher doses of inputs are involved and used for higher production. Next thing, commercial, it is profit oriented. Apart from the people who are engaged, they are very less in number. Mostly machines are largely involved. Lot of people are not engaged in this farm mechanization.